There's been a lot of push to reform police departments nationwide. NYPD police unions spoke out today about how these reforms will impact communities. Some say the changes may embolden criminals to commit crimes.
In Brooklyn, New York Tuesday, 7 people were shot in 10 minutes. Victims were taken to the hospitals. No arrests were made, and police don't have anyone in custody. An NYPD union president warns that acts of violence like this shooting could become more common if police are more restrained.
Ask yourself, why do they feel emboldened to do it? Because there's no consequence, there's no cops, and we're held back.
One policeman says the NYPD is already the most restrained police force in the nation. And now the state is seriously considering passing legislation that goes even further.
We're going to pass the most aggressive reforms in the country.
The push for these reforms comes as many protesters and other citizens are calling for change following George Floyd's death.
It's not what we do. It's not what police officers do. Nobody talks about all the police officers that were killed in the last week.
He says it's unfair to make broad stroke police reforms based on this one instance. And these broad strokes could have lasting consequences, like the rioting destroying the city in recent weeks. While all of this was happening, policemen were told to have a light touch.
As the riots were happening, I'm listening to what's occurring. They're not mobilizing us. Put us in. That's what I was being told as it was happening.
One reform being considered is repealing 50A, which means police disciplinary records will be made public. But some say this may cause police to hold back from doing their jobs.
Well, the reality is, if you don't want us to do our job, then don't send us in. Let the inmates do whatever it is they're going to do, and then don't have us put on a vest. Don't give us a baton.
Another thing these officers are saying is a problem with repealing the 50A is that once they're accused of unlawful conduct while on the job, they could ultimately be punished without first proving that those accusations were true.
The people, specifically people who work in narcotics, they get accused on a regular basis. Why? It's retaliation from the drug dealers.
Alluding to the point that radical reforms could ultimately lead to more power in the hands of criminals rather than in the hands of law enforcement. Melina Weisskopf, NTD News.